Introducing Adnan Hayajneh. He's a professor of international relations and US foreign policy at Qatar University. He joins us also from Oman. Welcome to the programme, Adnan. So this is what we know so far. Netanyahu says Israel will send a delegation to Qatar for so-called proximity talks with Hamas through international mediators. Israel says it's taking the US-backed proposal seriously. Hamas has agreed to negotiations but has demanded some changes. Netanyahu, though, says those changes are unacceptable. So where do we rank the prospect of another ceasefire deal in the Gaza conflict?
There's a very slim chance that there will be a ceasefire. Maybe the whole objective of the ceasefire driven by the United States is to release the hostages. Israel is not interested, Netanyahu is not interested in ceasefire, the continuation of killing the Palestinians going on for almost 2 years now. So I think there's no hope that the ceasefire will continue after maybe the release of the captives from both sides, and we'll go back to the same old story of killing the Palestinians. I think what Israel wants is clear from all the reports that were mentioned today and from the reports coming from international organizations. Israel does not want a people. It wants a land without a people. So Palestinians are given three choices. One choice is starve to death, the other choice get killed, and the other choice leave the land. And the Palestinians have proved so far they are not going to leave the land, no matter what Israel is doing.
You say Israel wants a land without the people. That may be the case, but obviously Netanyahu is under a huge amount of US pressure at the moment. I wonder if we can look precisely at some of the changes in this agreement that Hamas wants. They want an end to the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation that's killed hundreds of people and has, of course, questionable goals in the Gaza Strip. Hamas also has territorial questions over whether the Israeli military will agree to withdrawing from much of the Gaza Strip, and then the question of international guarantees that a ceasefire will lead to a permanent end to the war. Those are the things that Hamas is drawing a line under. Israel needs to respond to those. Let's talk firstly about the first one. Why is it so problematic that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation disbands?
I think the Gaza Humanitarian Foundations seems to be an Israel organization. It wants to, it's got the support from Israel, and maybe it's a business organization. It's not really interested in giving humanitarian aid to the Palestinians. Palestinians and Hamas are interested in overall ceasefire, the stop of the killing of the people, and ending the conflict between Hamas and Israel. Israel interested in only a very short term, only the hostages. This is what they are looking at. They are not interested of letting other international organization, United Nations organization, or other actors to have any role in Gaza or in the West Bank. They want to control Gaza, they want to control humanitarian aid, they want to control everything. They want no say of any other people. But the United States maybe have a say over maybe giving them a chance. I think when Trump and Netanyahu meet, Trump will tell Netanyahu that we have did everything Netanyahu wants to do. He has a free hand to do whatever he wants to do in the Middle East. Maybe it is time for the Palestinians to give them a break if Israel is interested to have a peace accord, maybe with other states like Lebanon or Syria or maybe other Gulf states. So maybe we have to calm down the situation in the area by maybe having a ceasefire for maybe a few days. Because we know if ceasefires will not last forever. We know who violates the ceasefires. Israel also violates the ceasefire. We know what happened in the first ceasefire, and we know what will happen if there is a second ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
Okay, you said that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is there to leverage the release of captives in Gaza. So should Hamas release the captives, all of them eventually, what role and what purpose would the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation serve? It could be disbanded, couldn't it? It would fail to continue serving an Israeli political agenda.
Well, I think the captives, and according to Hamas, it is the only bargaining chip that they can have. If they release the hostages without any overall deal of stopping the hostilities and the bombing of the Palestinians, I think they will have no other power or ever leverage over Israel, over other international actors to have a pressure over Israel.
Okay.
But going back to the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, it turns out to be a major fiasco, according to many international accounts of what's really it's doing in the Palestinian area. And a lot of people talking and asking and requesting for an independent humanitarian aid to distribute aid, not only food, but because the Palestinians need more than food. Palestinians are living in very dark conditions, and the people are just all around looking at them, and nothing has been done so far.
Adnan, I'd like to ask you another quick question, if you wouldn't mind, about the situation in the West Bank and how it all plays into what's going on, the hopes of a wider peace plan, because we've seen mass demolitions, forced displacement is happening in multiple locations, and Netanyahu's been urged by the far right to use this moment to seize the entire strip. It's hard to imagine that this will be conducive to a wider peace plan.
There's no hope of a peace plan. But Israel has been doing this for many years. It's taken, annexing Palestinian lands, taking their homes and kicking the Palestinians out. It is not only after October 7th. It's been the story of the Palestinians forever. And this goes to the strategies of Israel. They want the land without people. It is only a Jewish state. They want it only for the Jewish people. So they're making it very, very hard for the Palestinians to live. They're attacking them and their source of living. So it's a continuation of what Israel is doing, and they get the support of Trump, because also Trump supported Israel in his first administration of having the Golan Heights, maybe moving the American embassy to Jerusalem. All of that goes into one strategy. Let me sum it in a nutshell: is a land without people, this land only for the Jewish people. There is no chance for the Palestinians. What's really happening? Only just maybe calming down the situation, because the Arab people are, the Arab regimes, the Arab states are in a very difficult situation. They cannot face their own people and deal with the Palestinians and looking at what's happening to them over the TV, and so on and so forth.
Understood. Adnan Hayajneh, pleasure to have you on Al Jazeera. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.